So my name's Aled and we're at Ansh today. We're a burger restaurant in Victoria Park in Cardiff. Today I'm going to give you the building blocks for my ultimate burger, which is the Ansh cheeseburger. Once you get those building blocks right, once you know how to create that simple cheeseburger, you can then go on to play with it. You can play with the sauce, the cheese, the accompaniments, you can put whatever you like in it and then find what's the ultimate burger for you. So what I've got here is a blend of chuck and brisket. All the meat is Welsh meat obviously, and it comes from our own farm, which is something we're really proud of, and we're part of the process from start to finish. The next step here is to take the mince and form it into 105 gram balls. Obviously we do 2 smashed patties here at Ansh, but if you wanted to make one larger patty, which is your preference, then I would go for about 180 to 200 grams, a larger ball, and then obviously that needs to be squashed during this cooking process. So the next step is the bread, the roll. So we use a potato bun. They are hard to sauce. So there's always alternatives. So you've got your brioche style bun, your challah buns, your standard white buns. So the next key step is to toast your bun. So if you're cooking this at home, toasting this at home, you could toast it if you had a flat griddle or a barbecue, or you could toast it in a pan, a dry pan, or you could also toast it under a grill. So that toasting process allows your sauce to sit on the bottom of the bun, or the top, whatever your preference, without making it soggy. These are ready now, I think, so we'll check them. So we've got that toastiness, so we've got the nice golden colour. This is the exciting part now, so we're ready to cook our meat. So there's a few things you need to bear in mind and prepare before you start to cook your meat. So obviously you've got your meat ready, you've got them balled up, ready to go. So what you'll need is, what we use is a spatula or a hell's handle, which is going to allow us to press the meat down. A few things to remember here. What we need to do is remember to keep our meat refrigerated, straight out of the fridge and straight onto the griddle in our case. If we don't have a griddle at home, a large frying pan or a flat surface will do. What's really important is it's dry. So the reason we have a dry surface, so whether that be a dry griddle or a dry frying pan, is it allows that searing heat to penetrate the meat, which causes the MAILLARD effect, which caramelizes the sugars and the fat in the beef to form that crust, and that's where you get all that flavour. At this point you want to add your salt. We use sea salt with slightly milder flavour. So after about a minute and a half, you're ready to flip your burgers. As a guide, you can see the caramelization process begin to start around the edges of the meat, and you can see the fat starting to bubble through. So you want to go in one swift, underneath and flip, underneath and flip. So we're ready to move them now. What we do is we move them to a cooler part of the griddle. So what I'd recommend here is either having a second frying pan at a cooler heat, a medium sort of heat to the side, or you could always turn your frying pan, turn the heat from the frying pan, because all we're doing here is finish the cooking process. So the cheese, the first slice goes on top of this burger. We use strong Welsh cheddar, and then we move the second slice, the second patty across on top. This is cooked longer, so the evenness of the cooking is there, and we place the second slice of cheese on top. So we simply place the bun top carefully on top. Next we're going to cloche the burger using this, a cloche. Obviously at home, a bowl, as you can see it's bowl shaped, a bowl would do. So what we do is we place the cloche, we leave a little gap, and we squirt some water. But again at home, splash from a cup of water. We're nearing the end now, so now we want to add your sauce. Obviously sauce is optional, not everyone likes sauce in their burger. So you'd start with something like a mayonnaise base, add ketchup and mustard. That gives you your really basic burger sauce. And then again, you can play around with it. So we know it's ready when the cheese is nicely melted, and that we can see that the bun has stuck to the top of the cheese. So what we want to do again is go underneath, one swift movement, make sure we leave nothing on the griddle. All that ooey cheese wants to come off, and then we place the burger carefully by sliding it off onto our bun. So hopefully I've given you the building blocks for making my ultimate burger. The key thing is the meat. The best Welsh meat possible. The meat is a star, and then the cheese, the bun and the sauce allow that star to shine.